into the jab, and the first jab we're going to do is we just call a standard jab. So from here, remember you're transferring your weight, you're getting your quarter turn of your shoulder in, and you are also going from the guard to the target. From the guard to the target, back to the guard. Quarter turn the shoulder in and transfer the weight. From the guard to the target, back to the guard and transfer your weight. Quarter turn of the shoulder in. Standard jab. From the front, from the guard to the target, back to the guard. Quarter turn of the shoulder in, transfer the weight. Probably can't see my face when I'm doing this, not a bad thing, but that's the idea of protecting yourself. So if you have a bag, okay, we can do the follow along with the bag. So again, you're here, 1, you're back in again. 2, you're back in again. 3, back in again. 4, back in again. 5. The jab we're going to look at is what I affectionately call a sting jab. Some people call it a speed jab. A great technique for keeping your partner away from you, and the infamous and the fantastic and the great, not enough words to express them, and Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. This is why they're called the sting jab. So basically, whatever stance that you're in, okay, regard, you say to go, the hand comes out really fast, sting jab to your partner's face. Sting jab to the partner's face. Comes out really fast. A good analogy to try and get this into context would be when we're all at school, we had a towel in the change room, you flick the towel, and the end of the towel hit you on your bottom. Okay, nice sting. That's what you want to feel like, your punch to feel like at the end when you're throwing it. So you're from here in your guard, flick it out. Okay, this is the follow along on the bag, okay, for the sting jab. So we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. We're going to teach you in this series what we call the poker jab. It's just like a bit of angle iron or rod coming down. It's very stiff. It just stays in your opponent's face a little bit longer, maybe a millisecond start. So the standard jab was here, but the poker jab goes here and just stays here for a second and then come back, usually followed up with a right cross. So you're going to go here with the jab, it just stays here for a second, follows up with a cross. In Thai boxing, they call it a cover, and then follows up maybe with an elbow. We'll cover this in other volumes. So from here, it's poker jab, just stays a little bit longer. You're here, sexy him, poker jab, stays a bit longer. It's just like a bit of iron going forward. It's a really hard punch. All the 3 essentials for the power come into it as well. Quarter turn the shoulder in, from the guard to the target, transfer the weight from the middle to the front. So this is the follow along for the poker jab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next technique is called an up jab. Some boxers call it a sneak jab. I really had to learn how to use this punch after one of my fights I was competing in a Vale Tudo event where I broke my arm. Didn't even realize I broke my arm. So I can't fully straighten this arm. So it meant the distance on my jab was less. So I had to increase that distance somehow. And how I increased that distance was using this jab. It's called an up jab or a sneak jab. So it comes out like a standard jab. In the last second, it just turns up. If you're transferring your weight, you can get an awful lot of more range into that. So you're coming from here, up jab. Out like a standard jab, like this. And then the hand turns over, up jab. It's great, especially the guy's got a nice tight boxing stance. You're trying to get underneath the chin. Up jab, lift it up, and that big right hand comes back after it. So up jab, then the right hand. The up jab, when you're putting the weight behind it with your 3 essentials, can also knock the guy out. So you're here one more time. Comes out like a standard jab. Then you transfer your weight back, up it goes. And I actually find that helped me get my range back for the good jab that I had. I love working the jab. And it helped me back because my range, as I said, wasn't the same because I can't fully straighten this arm. So we're going here, up jab, like this. So the follow along is here. 1, and 2, 3, and back. 4, 5. As I said, this credit to the great Jack Dempsey, the drop step jab. what actually happens is you imagine that you're falling off a curb, okay, with the front foot. And as that front foot lands, what actually happens is you hit the bag. So as the foot lands, hit the bag. So you can see the weight is going into the punch. It's a drop. So you're dropping the weight down and into the punch. So you're here, drop the weight down and into the punch. We're going to exaggerate because this is obviously the beginners. It's not exaggerate as much when you're doing it when you're boxing. You drop step, so your jab. It's a great punch. So you're here, drop step, jab. You're trying to get this report to the bag. The bag's moving. Not much use hitting a static bag. No one is going to stand still when you're fighting them. And if they do, well, you're going to hit them quite a lot. So you've got the bag moving, helping with your timing. Later on, you'll be going with your different own systems or your style of that particular system. So we're going here as the bag comes forward, drop step jab. This is your follow along for the drop step jab, which I credit to the great Jack Dempsey. And we're here. 1. You're back round again. And 2. Get that bag moving. 3. 4. And 5. Number 6 variation of the jab, which is basically just a jab to the body. So from here, you drop the weight down, quarter turn of the shoulder in, transfer the weight back from the guard to the target. Again, drop the weight down. The punch comes in parallel with the floor. Punch out from the guard to the target, from the target back to the guard, quarter turn the shoulder in. Drop the weight, come through. Body shot. So we're going to do the follow along series. Again, the bag's moving. 1. And then again. Drop the weight down. 2. From here, drop the weight. 3. When you're ducking down, you avoid his cross or his jab. And 4. Drop the weight first. 5.